This is Danny with QuadLugs, and we'll be doing a build tips video on the Mini XL. You can go over to QuadLugs.com and take a look at the quick build guides, and pretty much all QuadLugs go together the same. You can guide you through prepping your motor arm lugs and actually the whole build. The differences, and we'll point some of them out here, obviously there's no 90s, there's no corner lugs on this. So without that, the corner lugs usually, kind of square up everything when you're doing a regular build with QuadLugs. So what you want to do is just make sure that this wood is square, with the motor arm lugs. If you have a grid like this, a mat like this with a grid, it's great because you can line it up here and here, and that's a great way to do it. If you don't have it, you just get a piece of paper, draw your right angle, line this way at a right angle, and use it, line this side up, and you can square it up that way before you drill these holes. And whenever you're drilling these here, to make sure everything is lined up, squared up this way. The other difference is there's no pan. This one doesn't have a pan, only a deck. And what we're doing is that we're mounting the battery through here. This has been designed to hold a 22 3-cell. You can get a 26. Actually, you can even get a 22 4-cell in here. It's tight with the 4-cell, but it does fit. So 22, 26 5, you can get in here no problem. And what I've done is, or what I'm doing is, I'm putting Velcro on the bottom side, on the inside rather, of these mounts here, these lugs here. And I have the Velcro on my battery, and when you slide the battery in, it pushes down on there and it locks it in, does a real good job. Also, I have run a strap through here over the battery and around the bottom and cinched it, and it pulls it down tight too. So you can do either way or both, and I've done either, and I've done or both also. So either way you want to do it. On the deck here, it's gonna come like this, like we do on all the QuadLugs. You have to do the trimming, final trimming. So this one I chose just to mark around the lugs here and cut it out. Did a pretty nice job. You could do a lot neater job, but I did this pretty fast. But it's gonna come this way, and it's 3 inches wide, 6.5 inches long, and you're gonna have to trim it however you choose to fit around there. On this one that I've been flying here, I just did a simple cut like this, a 90-degree cut on the front and back. Works good. It's been working fine. So that's the way I chose to do this one. So you can do it how you want, but just want to let you know you will need to be doing that. The ESC, I just put, and this is the way I chose to do it, I put Velcro on the bottom here, and I used the Q-brain, and it just sticks right on there. And that's how that turned out, like that. Whenever I use the strap on my battery, I have it offset a little bit, and the strap comes around here. Your battery's inside here, and my strap comes around here, and it holds this down. But I tell you what, this doesn't have any problem. It doesn't come off. And then of course your screws here on your crossover piece, you'll be putting them in from the bottom. You can put them in from the top if you choose, but it's just a lot easier to do it from the bottom. The arms are 4 inches long. The wood for the body is 6 inches long. I think the feet are 1 3/4 inches. the crossover is 1 7/8 inches. All these dimensions, I may be off an eighth or two on that, but all the dimensions are on the product page on our site. So if you're building this with lugs that you already have or lugs that you're buying, dimensions are all on there. If you want to furnish your own wood, you can just, you know, get those dimensions off of there and do it yourself, or furnish your own wood. These here, the spacing is 1 inch here, 1 inch here. You gave me like 2 7/8 on the outside, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sorry, 2.5 on the outside, 1 inch, 1 inch. And that was a good spacing for my cube ring, but I mean, you can do with what you want on here. It just worked out good for me on that. And like I said, the battery, we are putting a battery in here. Works out real well, holds it real well. It's out of the way. Makes a nice, neat job. Running 60 degrees front to back, back to front on the arms, or if you're at a 90-degree angle here, 2 clicks, 30 degrees on all 4 of them. So that's working out real good. Other than that, I think that's about it. Everything else is, you know, not much to this one. And if you go to the quick build guide, I mean, it'll guide you through everything that you know, all the particulars on the arm, prepping the arms and everything. And of course, it'll go over mounting the motor mounts too, how I normally do it. So check it out. It'll guide you the rest of the way that you need to go on this. But that's pretty much the differences on there. I mean, I have my KK here with the KK board holder, a Mobius rather, and you'll see some footage on that. And this is how it's done. I mean, just with Velcro stuck straight on there, and it's surprisingly good video that comes out of it. I'm putting my Fat Shark transmitter here for the FPV, and I'm mounting my camera right here, my FPV Fat Shark camera I'm using right in this area here, and it's pretty protected. Other than that, flies very, very good, very fast, flies very good. It's a lot of fun. 8.5 inch motor center here, 8.5 approximately motor center here, 12 inches diagonally on that. But anyway, check us out, QuadLugs.com. I think you're gonna like it. It flies very, very good, super, super stable. You know, I've already had it in some, you know, 12-mile-an-hour winds, 14, 15-mile-an-hour winds, and I'll tell you what, it's crazy stable. Of course, you know, if you don't go with the cube ring, you can mount your, you know, ESCs on the arms if you want. You know, you can mount them on the side. You can mount them underneath here, actually. You know, when they're there. It's up to you. The reason I'm using this is just so convenient, and if you're, you know, using the lugs to do more than one, in other words, you fly this one for a while and you want to move up to a bigger one or whatever, the cube ring will go with you on it. So works out pretty good. It's all on the site what I use. These are 2208-14 motors with 8x4 props. Very, very good. So, and you know what, if you want to go faster, you can definitely go on up with the size of the motors here. So, you know, I know it's not the traditional mini setup, but, you know, hence the name XL. It's a little bit bigger than the regular mini, and you can do a lot more with it as far as power. So, anyway, give it a try, see what you think. Let me know. Put some comments at the bottom. I'll answer everything that I can. And thanks very much. This is Danny with QuadLugs. I got a hard time figuring out which way is forward and which is back. Okay.